Anyway, hi. Welcome back. This is a Tithe Barn that's on its way to being done. Um, I'm sorry if I sound a bit tinny. I did like a test on my voice this morning, and for some reason, my microphone's now decided to sound a bit tinny. But as soon as I get paid at the end of this month, I'm gonna buy myself a better microphone. So I think you've only got another this episode and maybe one more to suffer through. I'm so sorry for that, but I really appreciate everybody that's been watching. But let's take a look at the farm. So we're expanding the farmland, and the Tithe Barn is coming along so nicely. It started getting a roof and a roof, and that one needs a little roof. But there's been another secret project that's been happening. So obviously rude. I need to still put loads of moss here, but I want to extend the farmland a little closer to the beach, and then sort of fill in the path a bit more because it's very boring. But in the Tithe Barn, one of the things that I wanted the Tithe Barn to be was sort of a placeholder for the entrance to my industrial area. So we have a secret passage, and I've been slowly mining this out, and we will start building a bit of an industrial sort of complex down here. I want to get an industrial scale, what's the word I'm looking for, guys? Use your brain cell, bamboo farm, and sugarcane farm, because we'll need those. I obviously have not done a lot of the finishing on this joint, but slowly but surely I've also been filling in the house's roof, so that is almost completed. We've expanded the farmland, so the animals now have more space to go to, and for some reason they all really like congregating in this corner. No idea why. But yeah, in general, this is all coming to get weirdos. They're all a bunch of weirdos. It must be because they recognize this as an empty block. I wonder if that's what it is. They recognize that as like an empty block. And therefore a means of escape. They're wrong. Let's enclose it so it's slightly less temptation for them. Bless their little animal brains. I don't know where the other one was. Do we suppose it's this guy? Maybe. Rude. So yeah, so that's what I've been busy on this week. It's been when I have a few moments, I'll come down here and I'll just mine away or chip away at things. Been creating all the stone that I'll need, because that was kind of my reasoning for wanting to do it, because I'm going to need a lot of stone for this roof when I get to it, which will be today. That's part of today's episode, is to try and build up the walls and start on the roof. But yeah, that's where we're at. I'm really happy with how that's coming together, and once we've got a little bit more substantial on this, I'm gonna go take a little look over there on the cute viewing platform. So two things were pointed out to me from the last episode. One, packed mud or some form of like packed mud type thing and mud bricks would be a much better floor, and I agree wholeheartedly. I will look into figuring out how to get that sorted. Probably not this episode, but in the future we'll replace this floor. I agree wholeheartedly. And then the other thing was I've forgotten. Oh my gosh, my brain has literally forgotten. It was the packed mud. I forgot to put the images of the Tithe Barn. So if editor Tammy remembers, the editor Raiden, whoever edits it is me. I'm both. Then I will do that. I'll do that. So yes. So we're gonna now jump into a time lapse, I think, and just crack on with the walls. That's kind of my hope and plan for this. I still can't get my like the replay mod to work, so we're living with what we're living with at this point. Let me save. Okay, I'll see you on the other side. Sleep. 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 Okay, so I've built a pillar so that we can see how it's coming together. It's a very large grey square block. I will add a little bit of definition into it. I want to put some stairs into the walls to try and give them sort of alcoves. I think the corners are too square. They just feel very rigid at the moment. So I might dig out all the corners and replace them with either like walls or fence posts, kind of like what we've done here, just to break up the corner a little bit, I think. But we're about 2/3 of the way around the building. There's still a little bit there that needs doing. But this is the height that I want this building to be. So I think I don't have a shovel on me, so we get to suffer through this. Sorry. I think I quite like it in terms of the scale to this house, because this house obviously is quite a tall house. And realistically, we might be able to put in like a sort of attic space in that house. In fact, I do want to put an attic space into that house. That's just not really a priority right now. Oh, sorry, my friend. But I think I'm really happy with the scale. There are normally, and I'll go through and add them, there are normally little like holes, well, like little windows quite high up on a Tithe Barn, but they don't tend to have like proper windows. So you can see I've just got to fill in that bit. But this is looking quite good. So what I want to do here, where I've misaligned those quite a bit, is I'm going to put in stairs just to sort of make them a little bit more sort of structurally sound. And potentially some wooden balustrades going, or wooden sort of support beams going across at that height, potentially. just to give it a little bit more structure. And then realistically, we've got to do the roof. That will be the next mission. But I need food. And I don't want to steal my wheat. So this is why we've got all these farms. So useful. So useful. Beetroot is not a very good source of food, but you know, we've got it. So why not make use of it? We've got carrots. I could eat loads of carrots. And yes, we've got the potatoes, but I don't necessarily... But we've got so much bamboo growing. We could get ourselves a fuel source and just make ourselves some baked potatoes. So I think that's pretty good for now. I'm gonna just kind of crack on, try and fill in the rest of that, and then maybe get started with the roof, and I'll meet you back here when I think... Excuse me. I'm at a point that we should reconvene. So have fun with that. It's going to look like such an imposing structure behind this little house. And then there's going to be the massive cliff there as well, which I think is also going to add a little bit of depth to it. So I'm really, really happy with how that's looking so far. So yeah, catch you on the other side. Okay. We've got this pretty much together. That I'll put some wood in there to offset those opposite lines, and I'll do the same on this one. And I haven't put the little bits here to sort of end these in my code method, but the walls are all up, and that makes me very happy. So we're walled in now. All right. It was like, you haven't given me that last carrot. Right. So let's just go take a look-see. Up on a nice, beautiful dirt pillar. Yeah, so that, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so now what I want to do is try and work on the wooden supports for the roof. And that, I think, is going to be the last thing we'll do for this episode. So I'm going to try and get those in, because it's going to take a lot to get the roof done. But I think once that's done, once the roof is done, so once this building's done, excuse me, am I not allowed to have a voice? How rude. Once this building's done, in its sort of like shell form, my aim, yay, is to move into the Copper Age. So we'll get our first copper tools, because I think that's going to make life a hell of a lot easier. And we're going to then start looking at the cliffs. That will be our next, or at least like this cliff to start with. Because what I want to do, what I'm thinking of, because obviously I want to hide this, is I want the cliff to be back a little bit. So sort of starting from about here. So the cliff's going to go up and back. But I want there to be a sort of like boulder that maybe has fallen down from the cliff that covers this bit. That will mostly end up being underground. So I'm not necessarily stressed about that showing. But I want there to be this boulder that's then... just going to kind of peek out of this wall a little bit, I think. So that I want to look at figuring out how to do. But right now, I think one of my tasks, actually, more than anything, is to see if I've got string anywhere and make myself some scaffolding, because I think that's going to make this job a hell of a lot easier. Doing this roof with scaffolding rather than dirt blocks will just be... will just be a little... And like, if the ancient Egyptians could have scaffolding, why can't Raven? You know? But what does Raven have in all of these boxes? Nothing that resembles string. Sweet. Oh, hello. What the heck? Okay, well, that's gonna come in handy. Oh geez, I didn't realize I had all of this stuff there. Score, that's gonna help break up some of that, especially around the roof line. But yeah, okay, so if I don't have string, then I guess it's just dirt blocks. Or I suppose I could go. Sorry, there is a large fly flying around, and I was sat here recording, and suddenly I just see a black cat yeet itself into some boxes. And now he looks all embarrassed because I pointed out his failure. I'm sorry, little gatto. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't have any string. I could go and hunt down some spiders if I really felt like it, or I could just use dirt blocks. But yeah, I will be back. Maybe I'll do it as a time lapse. We'll see. Okay. See you in a moment. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Sorry, I fell from the roof again. What a surprise. Yeah, I've used up a lot of wood. But we have a roof! Look at it. It's so cute. I really love it. I love it so much. Okay, so I think editor Raven's gonna have a check. I think once I put a video together, that's going to be fairly long enough, but we'll see. But I'm really happy with where that has come together. It looks so nice. I want to go and see it from our old viewing spot. And I want to see it with shaders. Man. Woo! So I've been playing Palia, so I keep accidentally hitting shift to run. So that's why things go a bit wonky every now and then. Or at least I'm just useless. No, rude. Let me up to the viewing spot. That looks so cool. Oh, I love that. I can't wait for it to have a roof on it. I think it's going to look so cool with a roof on it. Oh, this valley is getting places. Let's see what she does. Yeah. That one. Probably should have told it to apply. Ah, you look beautiful. So happy with that. Ah. Oh, so happy with it. It just looks so good. That is quite the substantial structure.
I raised the roof up by 2, so you'll see between the videos that the roof got like slightly taller. And as I was putting in, it was quite the fun exercise. As I was putting in like more of the roofs, I was like, this just feels. What that? Cam, yeah. That was completely rude and unnecessary. Anyway, it felt like that's a nice spot that the pig pandas there. It kind of felt like the roof was just a little bit too flat. And I wanted it to sort of be similar to how the house is. So it's kind of just like a big brother version to that. Then inside of it, I like being under the water with the shader. Oh, this is so good. The baby animals are so cute. I do actually need to go more of like an animal. Oh, look at it. With the sun coming through. Oh, look at my fields in the evening. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this so much. Anyway, I gave it some struts in the middle just to like on these as even as I could. Just to keep it. There's a reason there's a gap there. It's because I need to figure out what I'm doing for the roof on this wall, and then the wall will fit into there. But yes, so that is our Tithe Barn coming together rather spectacularly. So I think I'm going to end it there in the glow of the glorious evening sun as it sets on us. I thank you, as always, for watching. Hopefully very soon I'll have a better... I found an old microphone of mine, but it's still not great. So hopefully soon I'll have a much better quality microphone. And then we can crack on. Next time we'll be just finishing off the Tithe Barn and entering the Copper Age. I'm very excited for that. So as always, thank you so much. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next video. Okay, thanks. Bye!